What's going on, guys? It's your boy C Lemons back again with Military Hacks. Navy pilots or Navy aviators, a highly skilled team that is in charge of over 6,000 military aircraft. As a Navy pilot designated 1310, you'll be part of an elite group of aviators who fly and fight in the world's most technologically advanced aircraft. Due to its flexibility and portability, a Navy pilot more than likely will fly more actual combat missions with more aircraft hours on the average day than any other branch of the United States. To do the job well, you will need critical thinking skills, unwavering determination, and a strong will to persevere through the toughest challenges. There are not a lot of jobs in the world that are even slightly more exciting than becoming a Navy pilot. Well, maybe being on YouTube, watching Military Hacks, and smashing that like button, but hey, that's just my opinion. Navy pilots fly from different types of aircraft to conduct critical missions around the world, most of the time on short notice. The Navy has a wide variety of aircraft that are used for various purposes, including to transport and combat roles. From jets to helicopters and turbo propeller or other tactical aircraft, the Navy aviation training pipeline is diverse enough to give you plenty of choices after completing primary flight training. You will learn technical skills and leadership skills specific to your aircraft, such as air-to-air combat, bombing, search and rescue, aircraft carrier qualifications, overwater navigation, and low-level flying. There are a multitude of different pilots that range from Navy fighter pilot. The sky is yours to dominate. Your missions are among the most daring and most important. Imagine yourself doing complete complex air maneuvers while flying at Mach speed, catapulting off carriers at 170 miles per hour, and landing on moving runways only 300 feet long, gathering intel, dropping ordnance, and conducting defensive missions, all in the most versatile strike fighters on the planet, the F-18 Hornet and the cutting-edge F-35 Charlie Lightning Mach 2. As a helicopter pilot, you'll have the opportunity to fly different missions from the decks of several of the Navy ships, with such missions as anti-submarine warfare or tracking potential enemies. Helicopter pilots search for underwater mines, fly vertical replenishment missions, and conduct emergency search and rescue missions. As a turboprop pilot, you may fly a multi-engine E-2 Charlie Hawkeye early warning aircraft on a radar surveillance warfare mission from either a carrier or shore station. Turboprop pilots conduct some of the Navy's most important missions, including tracking submarines, surveillance, and collecting photographic intelligence. Understand that as a naval pilot, you're first a naval officer, then a naval aviator. So the training pipeline starts at Navy Officer Candidate School, where you'll be transformed into a Navy officer. You then transition to flight school. The specifics will depend on your assigned aircraft platform. Effective Navy pilots attend a 12-week Navy orientation course that develops knowledge of the naval profession and helps make the transition from civilian life to Navy life. This process is called Officer Candidate School, or OCS, which is located in Newport, Rhode Island. Graduates of the U.S. Naval Academy and Naval Reserve Officer Training Corps, or NROTC, do not attend Navy OCS. Academic and military training at OCS are difficult and intense. Good study habits, self-discipline, and physical conditioning are required. Course subjects include programs and policies, sea power, engineering and weapons, damage control, naval orientation and warfare, leadership, naval orientation and seamanship, navigation, and military law. Satisfactory completion of Navy OCS is required prior to commencing flight training. U.S. Naval Flight School is composed of 4 different phases. You have Aviation Pre-Flight Indoctrination, or API, Primary Flight Training, Intermediate Flight Training, and Advanced Flight Training. API introduces student naval aviators, or SNAs, to flight basics. SNAs attend classes such as Introduction to Basic Aerodynamics, Aviation Weather, Air Navigation, Flight Rules and Regulations, and Aircraft Engines and Systems. SNAs also attend classes with the Naval Operational Medical Institution, where they are exposed to aviation physiology and learn how flight affects the human body. Next, primary flight training teaches the SNA the basics of actual flying. SNAs have 2 choices for where to attend primary flight training. You have Naval Air Station Whiting Field in Pensacola, Florida, and Naval Air Station Corpus Christi in Corpus Christi, Texas. All naval air stations use the T6 Bravo Section 2 to train for primary. In primary flight training, SNAs learn visual flights, basic instrument flying, introduction to aerobatics, radio instrument navigation, formation flying, and conduct several solo flights. All SNAs go through the same curriculum for primary. At the end of primary, SNAs choose the type of aircraft they would like to fly. Intermediate flight training is different for each of the 5 aircraft platforms that you can choose upon completion of primary flight training. In intermediate flight training, SNAs learn more more about navigation and air traffic control by flying to other training bases. Intermediate training for the single-seat aircraft, such as the jet platforms, will focus on individual skills, while the multi-seat platforms, such as the maritime propellers, helicopters, and E2C2, will focus on crew coordination. Advanced flight training is the final stage of Naval Flight School. Here, SNAs learn skills specific to their chosen platform, such as air-to-air combat, bombing, search and rescue, aircraft qualifications, overwater navigation, and low-level flying. After completion of advanced flight training, SNAs receive their wings of gold and become a part of a small community that has great pride in their accomplishments. To become a naval pilot, you must be 19 to 32 years old, an American citizen with an undergraduate degree from a regionally accredited university, and must pass the Aviation Selection Test Battery or the ASTB exam. If you want the qualifications for becoming a naval pilot, reference my video, "Want to become a Navy pilot? Here's how" video to learn more. Note that this is slightly different from applying for a civilian aviation position because Navy pilots directly affect national security. Know that you will be held to a higher standard and performance and behavior compared to civilian counterparts. The most crucial requirement that you can fully control is your ASTB score. It is the primary objective criteria upon which all applicants are compared against. There will be a link in the description to give you a study guide in order to score higher on your test. I hope that this video will help you to achieve your goal of becoming a Navy aviator, but understand that this field is highly competitive and it will take your grind and determination. If you have any additional questions, drop them in the comment section. Like and subscribe if you're new to the channel, and as always, stay tuned for some more military hacks.